and welcome to today's class. Please take a moment to find your way to a comfortable seat, inviting yourself in to your own practice, inviting yourself in with kindness and love and warmth. I've noticed in myself and others how quickly even something good that we're doing for ourselves can become a moment where we might criticize ourselves for having not done it before now. And so just want to invite you to channel in that spirit of the loving parent that you carry within yourself for yourself. And maybe you were lucky enough to have that in a parent or a familial figure, somebody else or a teacher. Who was able to model that way of relating and gazing at you with complete warmth and understanding. And if you didn't, maybe just imagine someone that you knew that was able to do that for somebody else. And invite that presence, that energy to accompany you in your practice today, to be with you, guiding you, supporting you. Anchor that energy in your heart. Close down your eyes. Allow your body to begin sinking a little towards the floor, through your sit bones. Aware of this foundational aspect of your posture. And if you notice that the hips or knees are a little sore, you might adjust and sit up on a bolster or a cushion to give your hips a little height, easing them and supporting the uplift through the spine. So as you breathe, invite that strength and solidity from the earth to move up through the spine, right up to the crown of your head. And invite the warmth of a mild spring day sunshine to melt down the front of your body, softening your face, your throat, chest, belly. And periodically checking that warm, loving, resonant self-presence is there, accessible, awake, and witnessing. As you invite your attention to ride the breath into the body and out. imagining that presence like a warm golden light. Emanating from your heart. I'd like you to imagine your nervous system a little like a tree roots moving down from your head, from your skull, the base of your spine. Down through your arms and into your fingers. And picture these tree roots filling with this golden light. This warm energy of reassurance and love and acceptance. And gently soaking into your nervous system and into your body. And down through the spine and into your chest and stomach. Lots of fine fibers. The roots of a tree moving down. And filling with this golden, warm light and energy. And continuing to move down through the hips and legs. Nerve fibers like tree roots, fine and strong. And reaching the bottom of your feet, moving right down into the earth, full of this warm golden light. Noticing how your body responds. Any shifts, the sensations, the energy, and whatever it is, welcoming it. This is your experience. And let yourself know that your experience matters. And gathering in this warm golden light from the top of your head, from the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Gently gathering in to a solid, small, glowing ball resting in your heart. Invite your hands to meet your heart, resting on the chest. Tuck the chin slightly and lengthen through the back of the neck, letting the shoulders gently fall a little deeper towards the floor. Notice if the belly has gathered any tension and invite it to soften again. And set an intention to practice today, if you feel moved to, with an awareness of this warm, resonant, loving presence, sitting and resting in your heart and able to move through every fiber of your being and body. To acknowledge, to soothe, to energize, and to honor every experience you may have as you move through your practice. Let the hands come all the way down to the floor. If you're sitting up on a bolster or a cushion, you may want to, with your eyes closed, gently move it to the side, or you can stay on it. We'll take a forward fold together, breathing in first, resting into the fingertips. And breathing out to walk the fingers and hands forward and come to rest down towards the floor.
If you wish to blink open your eyes, doing so in this position allows you to still feel somewhat internal before your gaze meets the outside world. Invite your attention to hold on to at least a little part of this internal awareness as you breathe in. Begin to move the head forward and through and come up onto your hands and knees. Find your center over your foundation, hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. I'd like you to rock a little bit, very small movements here, just changing the balance of weight forward and back. Over your knees and hands. And just moving a little bit from side to side and feeling this shifting balance of weight until you find the place that feels most centered. Gently grip with the fingertips. Breath in to drop the belly, lift the head and tailbone. Breath out to draw the belly in and round the spine. You can even imagine those roots and fibers moving down through the hands, through the knees, through the toes, down into the earth. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Deeply rooted and grounded as you breathe. Now breathing out to a rounded shape. And one more time, inhale, belly down, head and tailbone up. And exhale, draw the belly in, draw the ribs in and up and round. Good. And come to sit back either on your heels or in a cross-legged position, whatever feels accessible to you. And taking your right hand over your head, drawing a breath in, and exhale just to gently open up the space on the side of the neck. And I like to do this one with a little bit of freedom. So rather than take a position and then hold, I like to move the chin around a little bit, explore the space and explore how the opening
the shape of the opening in the side of my neck changes. If you can do that a little bit gently. If you find a really juicy sweet spot, just rest there for a couple of breaths. Good. Follow the breath as you inhale, lift up the right hand, lift up the head, and exhale to let it come down. Beautiful. Switch to the other side. We use the inhale to orchestrate the movement. We were having lots of music chats before class today. And then exhale, gently soften that down. And again, notice the difference, the subtleties of, oh, I haven't opened this side. There's a little more resistance and stiffness at the beginning of the pose. Let me meet that, welcome that. And then invite that to release a little more, moving the chin around and exploring the shapes of that space. Good. Breath in to lift up. Breath out. Bring the hand down. Taking both arms and hands up as you inhale here. We'll come to the back of the head, interlace the fingers, and then exhale. Draw the elbows together. Try to hold your torso steady, and then just gently take elbows and head forward to open up the back of the neck. And a breath in to lift up. So I really like to start practice sometimes opening up the neck, given this is where a lot of the nerve fibers are beginning their journey down into the spine from the brain. Turning your head to the right as you inhale. And exhale all the way, moving the chin over your right shoulder. And take your left hand onto your left cheek. I'm going to use a little bit of resistance to deepen the opening in the muscles of the neck. So breath in. And as you breathe out, I'd like you to press your left hand into your cheek gently and then resist a little bit with the face. And just keep this small resistance activation going for a couple more breaths. Release the hand, breathe in to move back to center. Breathe out to center here. Good, breathe in. And breathe out, moving to the left. Chin over the left shoulder, take your eyes all the way around. Right hand to the right cheek. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, begin your resistance, pressing the hand gently into the cheek and then resisting. It's a good way to warm up for the day for those of us who are going to be sitting at our desks for several hours. Bringing awareness into the space and shapes and tension patterns in the neck and shoulders. Good, and then release the hand, breath in to invite the head back to center. Breath out to center, coming back onto hands and knees. Finding your way through space, knees under the shoulders, hips, hands under the shoulders. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Breath out to round. Breath into neutral.
Breath out to downward facing dog. Stay up on the toes. Just feel a little bit of opening in the backs of the legs. Breath in high on the toes. Breath out, knees to the floor. Inhale, belly down, head and tailbone up. Exhale and round. Remember, if it helps here, you can imagine that rooting and grounding down through the knees and hands can help to feel more stable and solid. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Exhale and round. Inhale to neutral. Exhale to downward facing dog. You might want to play with pressing the heels just towards the floor for a moment. Breath in, heels up. Breath out, knees down. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. So finding the slowest rhythm that you have, it might be a little faster than mine. Breath out to round. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale to neutral. Exhale to dog. Inhale to toes. Exhale to knees. Inhale, drop belly. Exhale, round spine. Inhale, neutral. Last one here. Exhale, dog. Inhale, toes. Exhale, knees. Inhale, belly down, head and tailbone up. Exhale and round. Come to neutral. And then appropriately to our theme today, coming into child's pose. Let's go wide knees first. Bring the hips back towards the heels. And rest down into a comfortable position. So you may want to rest onto your hands, or you may want to rest your forehead all the way to the floor, arms extended. And for a few breaths, again, invite that warm golden energy to flow through your whole being and body. Teaching you to orient to your experience in a completely accepting way. Maybe there's a pain in a hip or a wrist or tension in the neck. Maybe there's a tingling in the back and a feeling of expansion in the shoulders, and we welcome it all. Once again, breath in to walk the hands back up. Come to sit either onto your heels or taking a cross-legged or some other seated posture that you can hold for a few minutes. And breathing the arms out to your sides and all the way up. Exhale to interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, and see if you can find this lengthening through the spine. So I'm going to turn on the side so you can see. We want to find that extension through the lower back here. So we can have a tendency to do this and to press up. But while we're pressing up through the hands, we also want to create length through the lower back. See if we can find the full expression of length and openness through the spine. And release. Good. Bring the arms out to the side as you inhale. Left arm across, right arm wraps at the elbows. We'll use resistance here again. So press that
left arm away from you and resist with the right arm and feel this gentle tensioning through the shoulder. Good. Breath in, open up. Breath out. Right arm across, left arm wraps. Use gentle tensioning to press your right arm away and resist with your left. Good. Inhale, open out. Diagonal now. And exhale, tuck the left elbow into the right. Wrapping the forearms if you can, or holding them parallel. Breath in. Try to keep the arms perpendicular, these forearms, as you lift elbows and fingers up towards the ceiling. Breath in. Feel the movement of the muscle fibers across your shoulders and your shoulder blades. Exhale. Let's tuck the elbows to the chest and round all the way forward. Breath in, lift it all the way up. So if this is confusing, what I mean, I'll show you from the side. Rather than doing this and bringing the hands onto the head as you lift the elbows, the fingertips still move straight up towards the ceiling. And then exhale. Elbows to chest and just rounding the upper back. So we're not leaning forward towards the ground, we're just rounding. One more time, inhale, lift up. And exhale, round. Inhale to the neutral position and exhale to release. You might want to shake out the hands, neck and shoulders just a little bit. I'm going to swap it over, breathing the arms out to diagonal and then tucking right elbow into left, forearms parallel or wrapped until the hands meet. Breath in to lift fingertips up. And breath out to bring elbows down to chest and round. Inhale up. Exhale round. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale round. Breath to neutral, inhale. And then exhale, release. And once again, find your way onto hands and knees. A breath in to dip the belly, lift the heart forward, that warm, golden, open heart. Exhale to round. Inhale to neutral. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward. We're now going to come to high plank on the toes. So moving from your core, think about wrapping the belly in towards itself, the side body, front body, back body, until your shoulders are over your wrists. And then a breath out, knees to the floor. Inhale, belly down, head and tailbone up. Exhale and round. Doing really well. This is slow, quite sort of solid work through the body. Breath in to neutral. Toes tucked. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, slow glide forward to your high plank position. Not elbows, shoulders and hips in line. And then exhale, great, knees slowly to the floor. Good. Inhale, belly down, head and tailbone up. Exhale and round. Inhale to neutral. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, knees to the floor. Inhale, belly down, head and tailbone up.
Exhale and round. Come to neutral as you breathe in, and this time squeeze your knees together, your feet together, and exhale, hips back to heels for Balasana, child's pose again. But we're going to go the full wrap here. Very soothing position. Taking the arms back behind you, and if you can, touching them. You may want to bring your bolster or cushion and rest your head onto that. That can be quite nice and soothing. Or it can be annoying. I find it actually a bit annoying. I like my head to go lower, down towards the floor. And resting onto the backs of your hands. And continue to attend to your breath, to soften through your body, and to invite that warmth to travel all the way through you. Good. A breath in to rise up. And then exhale once again, coming to sit back. This time we'll all take a cross-legged position. So we're basically working our way down through the joint complexes of the body here. So we've gone down from neck and shoulders, moving down a little bit more to the full range of motion in the spine. Let's take a breath in the center. And then exhale, leading from the belly button, twisting to your right. So really just feel your belly button move first and see how far you can go. Just picturing that belly button move. Then begin to picture your ribs leading the movement. Then picture your shoulders leading the movement. Take your right fingertips behind you, press them into the floor to help you get a little lift through the spine. And see just how far you can reach. Take the head and the neck. And then bring your left hand, onto your right knee. And press there a little bit to help you, same again, lift and also deepen into the twist. Soften the belly. And just allow yourself to explore here. Does it feel good if I lift as I breathe in and deepen as I breathe out? Do I want to just keep a consistent pressure of deepening? Do I want to back off? Feel through the pose for yourself. Good. Gently releasing the hands, inviting the body back to center, breath in. Yeah, really nice. As you exhale, belly first. So we're just taking the belly button as far to the left as we can. Then we're taking the ribs, and move your hands as you need to. Then we're taking the shoulders, right hand and fingertips behind, pressing us a little higher. Right hand to the left knee. Neck and head moving back. And notice, for me, this side is a little more resistant. Doesn't go quite as deep and with as much ease. And we completely accept that. We just notice
and offer warmth through our attention. Again, exploring in the way that feels good for you to go deeper, taller, softer. And then releasing back to center. Take note of which leg is in front, because we'll come back here in a moment with the other leg in front. So my right leg is in front. Coming on to hands and knees again. So you have the option here to adjust as you need. We're going to go through our little flow of being on hands and knees, dog and high plank. We're going to hold now and deepen our experience of each posture. 3 breaths in each one, apart from the cat-cow one, which we'll just do for 1 breath. I'll talk you through. But if you need to come out or shift or change at any point, you just do that, okay? Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Breath out to round. Inhale to neutral. Exhale to dog, and we'll hold here for 3 breaths. You may want to wriggle. That you can do. You can move from side to side, move the hips, walk out the legs, but if possible, holding in this shape and feeling through it for 2 more breaths. One more. Good. And then inhale to glide forward, 3 breaths in high plank. Exhale to find your center. So again here, we want to root and ground over those hands and feet. And gently drawing the belly in to provide some strength for the core. 2 more breaths. Good. And then gently come to the knees. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Breath out to round. Breath into neutral. And come to child's pose and take your preference. Wide legs or knees together as feels good and nourishing for your body for right now. Good. Breath in to rise up onto hands and knees. Exhale to draw the knees together, hands, well not together, under the hips and hands under the shoulders. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Exhale and round. Inhale to neutral. And exhale to dog. 3 breaths if you can. Always free to come down if you need. And maybe you might play with holding in stillness for this one and feeling the difference. Or maybe your body says, I want to move. Good. Inhale forward, high plank. Draw that belly in a little bit towards the spine. Press down through the arms and hands. Gently set knees to the floor. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up. Breath out and round.
Inhale to neutral.
And then find the child's pose version of your preference and rest here for 3 breaths.
Last time, inhale, rise up onto hands and knees. Exhale to center. Tuck toes, breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up.
Breath out to round.
Breath into neutral.
Breath out, downward facing dog. 3 breaths.
Forward to high plank, breath in. Knees to the floor. Breath in, belly down, head and tailbone up.
Breath out to round.
Breath into neutral.
And back to child's pose.
Inhale to walk your hands back, come up.
And then come all the way over to sit down into Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet are touching here. And the knees wide out to the sides. Good. You can take hold of the tops of the feet or the ankles. Brilliant. And just hold here for a couple of breaths, just feeling your way through, down through the spine, into the sit bones, into the earth, up through the spine, into the crown, up into the ether. Feeling the body open and soften with each inhale and exhale. Great, breath in, nice and long through that spine. And breath out, forward, belly, ribs, chest, throat, face, coming down towards the floor. You might want to move the hands and give yourself a bit more space. Move them to the tops of your feet or out onto the floor. Good. And breath in to rise up. Now you might want to use a bolster or cushion for this. Because we sit a lot, we have our hips in flexion, which means coming towards each other, and external rotation, so this position going out. So we want to reverse that a little bit and give our hips a little bit of internal rotation. We won't focus so much on extension, which is, so this is flexion, this is extension. So you might want to take your buttocks onto a bolster or a cushion or something. We're going to sit here between the feet with the knees bent. So for myself, I'm going to come off the bolster in a moment, but you might not have the capacity in your knees or ankles or the comfort to do that. We want to take the feet slightly out. So we're trying to encourage your internal rotation. I want you to have them balanced on each side. So often we're not balanced. We have one hip that's more open than the other, and we go into a position and one's sticking out here, and that's what there's like for me. One sticks out and one's quite close in because it's a lot tighter. So I want to keep them even. So I'm just moving my feet out away from the body a tiny bit. You might even walk your knees in to touch, and you'll feel that beginning of the sensation of internal rotation here for the hips. Okay, so for myself, I'm going to come off here. That's up to you if you want to try that or not. And we are going to move through the joints. So we want our feet to try and stay where they are. Lean into your fingertips here. And as you breathe in, lifting up onto the knees. So if you're on that bolster, coming off, so you can feel the hips opening up, but we're still in internal rotation. And as you exhale, bringing those hips back towards the floor. This is quite tricky, so just doing the best that you can. Breath in, lift up. But you'll feel, hopefully you'll feel, as you move the hips back, it invites a re-engagement of that internal rotation. So you feel the thighs being drawn in. Good. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale. Hips moving back towards the heels. Good work. Coming back up onto knees. Releasing that. Now, it may be a little uncomfortable because we're not used to being in internal rotation very much. And coming all the way over onto your back. Good. I'm just giving a little bit of love to the back of the hip. Lifting your left ankle over your right knee. Breath in to lift that right leg up and off the floor, keeping the lower leg parallel and bringing the knee towards your chest. So you're just working into a bit of a hip flex at the backs and sides and glutes. Excellent. Release, unhook. Bring the right ankle over the left knee, lift that left leg up, lower leg parallel to the floor. Bring your right knee towards the chest. Feel the opening, the invitation to open through the hip flexors and the glutes. Good. And then set your left foot to the floor, unhook. Both knees up to the chest as you breathe in. Take your arms out to the side, shoulder height, palms down to the floor, and exhale to bring those knees over towards your right elbow. And then gently taking the full twist to gaze back over your left fingertips. Good. Inhale to bring the knees up to the center. And exhale, take your twist to the other side. Inhale, knees to the center.
And exhale to release your feet to the floor. Bring your hands down by your sides, palms facing up. Extend your legs long. Let your feet fall open. Close down your eyes. And begin to invite the breath down deep into the belly. Invite warm attention to rest on the breath for the full length of the inhale. Full length of the exhale. Feeling yourself rooted and grounded through the back of the body. Soft, warm and melted through the front. And gently once again picturing these growing tree roots and fibers moving down through your body, filling with warm golden light every part of your nervous system, gently bathed in this soft, accepting, warm attention. Until you feel your whole body filled with this warm golden light. As it moves through you, it's able to meet any part of you with warmth and welcome. And then once again begin to feel this warm, energetic, golden light drawing back in through your fingers, through your toes, through your arms, through your legs, through your neck, through your belly, back up to a concentrated little ball resting in the cushion of your heart. And wriggle the fingers and toes. Wrists and ankles. And gently wake up your neck again, turning the head from side to side. Stretch the arms up, breathe in. And exhale, point the toes, get as long as you can through your body. Curling up the knees. Rolling to one side. If you can keep your eyes closed as you travel, this can be very helpful. But if you need to open them up, close them down again once you find your seat.
rooted and grounded through the base of your posture, light and lifted through the spine, neck and head, soft through the face, throat and belly. Bringing the hands to heart. One more time. To touch in, honor and acknowledge the presence of this warm, resonant energy living inside our own beings. Bringing the hands together to commit to carrying this awareness throughout as much of your day as you can, to meet yourself and others from that place. Breath in, breath out, round forward, bow in acknowledgement and gratitude. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I'll just turn off the recording.